Planning.
Hello?
All right, we'll call the 3:30 briefing session to order. And Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Council President Biggs?
Present.
Councilmember Burke?
Here.
Councilmember Cathcart?
Present.
Councilmember Kinnear?
Present.
Councilmember Mumm?
Here.
Councilmember Stratton?
Here.
Councilmember Wilkerson?
Here.
Let the record reflect that all council members are present.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining today's meeting. When we get to tonight's agenda for the briefing session, we have a few ordinances to add to the agenda, so we'll be looking for a motion to suspend the rules then. But for now, I'm going to turn it over to City Administrator Wes Crago for the September 28th meeting briefing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our administrative agenda for the next Monday, the 28th of September. Item number 1 is a contract amendment for special counsel, and Mr. Mike Ormsby will present.
Thank you, Mr. Crago. Council President and members of the council, this is an item that we briefed in the committee meeting this afternoon, and I'd be happy to answer any additional questions or concerns that council members may have. Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Item number 2 is a permit agreement, and Councilmember Mumm will take us through that.
So the 5 Mile Neighborhood Council was awarded a grant to the Department of Commerce to enhance what was done by the city to allow for public art. And they worked with the engineering department in order to create a place for that art and engineered it for it. So this is just a technical ability to allow the neighborhood to move forward to do RFPs and raise funds to create the art for the roundabout.
Outstanding. Item number 3, A and B, are a report from the mayor on claims, payments, and warrants and payroll. Item number 4 is the council minutes for what will be tonight's meeting, which will take us all the way to the legislative agenda. Shall I proceed, Mr. Council President?
Yes.
First up will be Resolution 2020-0069, which is setting the assessment roll at a hearing on the Downtown Business Improvement District. And Mr. Chris Green will take us through that.
Thank you. These are 2 resolutions which begin the process of setting the assessment process that takes place annually for both this one and the resolution that follows. One is for the Downtown Business Improvement District, and one is for the East Sprague Business Improvement District. So this is required by state law to have this resolution to set the hearing date. We'll set it at December 7th. We'll also have a briefing on the ordinance that will follow and the hearing at the Finance Committee on October 19th.
Chris, I just had a question in terms of getting in our agenda in September. Is that a little earlier than normal, or in how much time? Because I know there's some pending things out there about whether the downtown bid might want to expand and add people to their assessment roles and things like that. So give us a roadmap on the timing.
Yeah, this is fairly similar in terms of this stage of the process, since it's so early in the process. This sort of kicks off the assessment, so the bid staff will be working on looking up the properties and kind of calculating those assessments for the upcoming year. So in between now and the hearing, which would be in December, then a lot of that other stuff can take place, but this just sort of opens it up.
Okay, fair enough.
Chris, anything to add on the East Sprague version of the BID hearing?
I do not.
Okay. That'll take us down to hearings. Hearing H1A is on a vacation of an alley. I think we've covered these a few times. And D is a first reading an ordinance to vacate an alley. And Eldon Brown, I don't know if Eldon's on the line. Doesn't sound like it. I think you've covered both of these pretty well in the past. I don't think administration has anything to add to that, and that will finish next week's agenda.
All right. Is there a motion to approve the advanced city council agenda for September 28th, 2020?
So moved.
Is there a second? Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Excuse me, who was the second? Come here, thank you.
Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting the advanced agenda for September 28th as read, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Okay. Abstentions? All right. Advanced agenda is approved as read. That brings us to today's agenda, and as I mentioned by email, there is a few things that we need to add to the agenda. So I'm looking for a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved. Second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of suspending the rules indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? Okay, the rules are now suspended. And if you turn to your agenda in the consent agenda portion, there is a new number 13, which would be a contract amendment with the Washington State Department of Commerce to allow the city of Spokane to receive an additional $3,330,000 in CARES Act relief. Is there a motion to add that to today's consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second? Who was that on the second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Lori.
Okay. We're good. All right. Any discussion? All right. Hearing none. All those in favor of adding item 13 to the consent agenda indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Abstentions? All right, that's added to number 13, as number 13. Next, if you go to special budget ordinances, I'm looking for a motion to add 35948, which is essentially the special budget ordinance that allows us to use those funds. Is there a motion to add that special budget ordinance?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? All right, that is added to our legislative agenda this evening. Then if you go to page 8, there's a note of 2 ordinances. We can take them together that were actually already went to first reading, but they just didn't make it on this agenda when it was published. And those are ordinances C35939 and C39540. The first is for vacation of Carlisle Avenue, and the second is for amending the University District Revitalization Area ordinance. Is there a motion to add those 2 to our legislative agenda this evening?
So moved. Second.
Okay, thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed, nay? Any abstentions? All right, those are added. And are there any other proposed changes as far as anything being on the agenda or deferred from the agenda?
Council President,
Yes.
would you like to take a motion to substitute the new version of the UDRA ordinance now, or you want to do it at 6?
No, let's do it now. Thank you for that. So in terms of ordinance C39540 on the University District Revitalization Area, the city clerk circulated an or a substitute version of that ordinance that in effect extends the new financial arrangement for the full term of the UDRA as opposed to dropping off the last 3 years. Is there a motion to substitute that language?
So moved.
Okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion about the substitution? Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Nay? Any abstentions? All right. Thank you, Mr. McClatchy, for that. And then I'll go back to ask if anyone wants to defer any other matters. And so there was a request earlier to defer the pipeline franchise agreement, and I'm not advocating for people to do that one way or the other, but since someone raised that with me, I just wanted to.
I would like to make a motion to defer that until we get answers. I don't know what that timeline should be, though, so someone could help me out there.
Mr. McClatchy, I think you're looking for the information on that. How long do you think?
I think that, thank you, Council President. I think that a 3-week deferral is appropriate.
Okay, I would like to make a motion to defer this for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, that is to October 5th, and that's ordinance number C35924. Okay, it's been moved and seconded to defer that to October 5th. Any
October 12?
Oh,
October 12 is 3 weeks?
I said October 5th, but maybe I got that wrong. No, I'm wrong. You're right. October 12th. Sorry. Thank you. So it's deferred October 12th. Any discussion on the deferral to October 12th? All right. Hearing none. All those in favor of the deferral of the ordinance to October 12th indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Nay? Any opposed? Nay? Any abstentions? All right. That is deferred. And hopefully we'll get more information. And again, I wanted to say the lack of information is no reflection on city staff. They have been exhausting every corner that they can find on this, but it's apparently a somewhat novel issue. So I look forward to learning more about that. I think that gets us to the consent agenda. Ms. Pfister?
Reports, contracts, and claims. Number 1, value blanket renewal number 1 of 4 with Core and Main Spokane for gate valves for the Water and Hydroelectric Services Department, not to exceed $200,000 including tax. No change in cost from the original 2019 RFQ. Number 2, contract extension number 3 of 3 with Property Registration Champions, LLC, Melbourne, Florida for foreclosure property registry program from October 1, 2020 through September 30, 2021, $150,000 revenue. Number 3, contract with Jacobs Engineering Group, Spokane for landfill site improvement engineering services from September 28, 2020 through December 31, 2021. $616,115 including tax and administrative reserve of $61,611.50, which is 10% of the price will be set aside. Number 4, contract extension with Asset Works, Wayne, Pennsylvania for annual maintenance and support of the city's fleet asset management system, M5, from October 1, 2020 through September 30, 2021, $90,885.61 including tax. Item number 5, contract renewal number 2 of 2 with Inteltix Incorporated, Denver, Colorado for professional services for the implementation, integration, training, conversion, project management, and related services for master data management, $279,399.96 including tax. Item number 6, contract amendments for outside counsel services with A. Eder McMahon, Van Wert, and Oreskovich, PC, Spokane, Washington, in the legal matter John Durgan versus City of Spokane. increase of $75,000. Total contract amount $560,000. B. Stuart A. Estes in the law firm of Keating, Buckland, and McCormick, Incorporated, P.S., Seattle, Washington, regarding the matter of Beverage et al. Versus City of Spokane et al. Increase of $25,000. Total contract amount $75,000. Item number 7, acceptance of the Assistance to Firefighters Grant from the Department of Homeland Security for COVID-19 personal protective equipment and related supplies to prevent, prepare for, and respond to coronavirus from October 31, 2020 through October 30, 2021. $497,963.22 revenue. This is a reimbursement grant with a 10% matching requirement. Relates to Special Budget Ordinance C-35-941, which will be considered during the 6 p.m. legislative session. Item number 8, subrecipient contract between Spokane County Sheriff's Office fiscal agent for the Mental Health Field Response Team grant from July 1, 2020 through June 30, 2021. $178,423 revenue. Relates to Special Budget Ordinance C-35-942, which will be considered during the 6 p.m. legislative session. Also relates to consent agenda item number 9. Item number 9, interlocal agreement with Spokane County for the management of the Frontier Behavioral Health contract related to the WASPIC grant and subrecipient contract for the year 2020 to 2021. Relates to Special Budget Ordinance C-35-942. Also relates to consent agenda item number 8. Number 10, contract amendment with LSB Consulting Engineers, PLLC, Spokane for an increase of budget for LSB non-federal on-call agreement, $400,000. Item number 11, report of the mayor of pending claims and payments of previously approved obligations, including those of Parks and Library through September 11, 2020. Total $7,105,363.44 with Parks and Library claims approved by the respective boards. Warrants excluding Parks and Library total $6,684,167.71. Item number 12, City Council meeting minutes for August 31, 2020. Item number 13, contract amendment with the Washington State Department of Commerce to receive additional CARES Act revenue for reimbursement of eligible expenditures related to the COVID response, $3,330,000. Total revenue, $9,990,000. Relates to Special Budget Ordinance C-35-948, which will be considered during the 6 p.m. legislative session.
Councilmember Kinnear, I believe you wanted to take one item separate from that list.
Yes, I'd like to take 6B separately.
Okay. So all those in favor of approving all the items read except for 6B, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
Nay? Any opposed? Nay? Any abstentions? All right, so everything but 6B has been approved. And then we'll take 6B separately. All those in favor of 6B, the contract between Stuart Estes and the law firm of Keating, Buckland, and McCormick, Incorporated, PS, indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? All right, any abstentions?
Abstain.
Okay, Councilmember Kinnear abstains. All right, and that is passed. So, unless anyone has anything for the good of the order, that is all we have for our briefing session. We'll see everyone back here at 6 p.m. Meeting is adjourned.